Unity fundamental self-assessment round one. This is the self-assessment round one. Assignment one. What is game object? What is a component? What is a transform? We have to answer all three in this assessment one. What is game object? Game object is a fundamental building block or of the entity or any object in the game world. The game object will contain some data variables as well as the member function. It will have data as well as the behavior functionality, and it might represent in the game world. It might be represent player characters, enemies, obstacles, components, collectibles, platform, anything. Okay. For example, we have done with a 2D platform game. In 2D platformer, the player character in color or keys, platform or enemies. These are all the game objects. Okay. This is definition and the example which I extended just now. What is a component? Component is a property or functionality of the game object, which uh, which defines the behavior of the object, or we also might define position of the object. It might also define like how it will be look like if it is a sprite renderer, it will give visual representation to the object. If it is an audio source, it will give sound effect. If it is an animator, it will give animation effect. These all are the components of the an object. Different components will define the behavior or type like functionality of the object. Transform is another object, like it will position, rotation and scale. Like I will explain. I think it is a separate question. These are the components which define functionality or properties of the object. These are all components. There are multiple components we can add in the Unity editor for an object. In 2D platformer, like we attach sprite renderer for the components to view visual representation. Like if it is a player, the objects are all same until we add a sprite renderer, like how it will be look like. The differentiation between one object to another object that will become by adding sprite renderer. So rigid body which gives physical based movement or for the character. Collisions with collision 2D or collision which deals with the collisions of the object. This is the definition and example. What is transform? Transform is a like the all other components. Transform is a component of the object which deals with the three properties of the object, which is position, rotation, and scale. Position where it should be there, like in the game world, the it will define the position of the object where it is in the scene, where it is in the game world. Okay. Now it will be have three elements like x direction, y direction, and z direction. In today we use x and y. It will define the position on the scene, position of the game object on the scene, or position of the game object on the game world. Okay, and rotation will be like how it will change the angle of 360 degrees along with the x-axis, along with y-axis, in 3D along with z-axis. It will rotate the object as per the requirement. We can make changes, and scale will be the size of the object. Like we want bigger walls, we can modify them to by scaling appropriately. Like we can double the size, we can reduce the size in any direction along with x-axis, along with y-axis, as per the requirement. We can change the size of the object by scaling the values in x and z. Okay. These values we can make changes in the Unity editor, as well as we can change it while running as a game. We can write down script for these to modify these properties like transform properties, scale, rotation, and position. Okay. 2D platform component position platforms like whether a player is on the platform, whether he is falling down, like it will define the position of the based on the position of the player. It will like give some functionality different distances. It can rotate around like if it is moving in x direction, like right direction. If you have to move in left direction, it will rotate again, and it will move to the another direction. Like the same size of the object. Some objects, some in gameplays, um, some by touching some objects or colliding with some object, they will become smaller object or become larger object like a obstacle. Yes. That's all. All three are related to one another: object, component, and transform. Transform is a component, and component will define the properties of the object. That's all. Thank you. All three questions answered as per my knowledge. Thank you, one and all.